We have got a Dachshund in the studio today. No, not a dog, but PuckiPuppy's new foldable electric bike. And PuckiPuppy names all their bikes after dogs appropriately. And Dachshund is actually a wiener dog, so it's kind of a funny name for an electric bike like this. But it is a folding bike, and the wheels are 20 by 4 inches on here. And they're retailing this thing for $9.99 right now. So let's find out if this wiener dog is worth it. So in our rear wheel of our Dachshund here, we have a 500 watt hub motor, which peaks at just under 1,000 watts at 960. So that means that you get a decent amount of power, especially for a 48 volt folding bike like this one. And on our 20 by 4 inch spoked wheels here, we have our knobby tires, which look like they'd be decent for a little bit of off-roading if that's your thing. And to get to our battery here, we do have to unfold the bike. Then they give us a set of keys for the battery here. You just find the hole on the bottom, unlocks it, then you take the key out, and then there is a little handle in here for you to pull the battery out. And this is a very light battery. It's a 48 volts, 15 amp hour battery here. And then you can see there is a switch on here to turn the battery on and off with that included key. The 15 amp hour battery at this, going at like max speed, should get us about 20 to 25, maybe 30 miles of range if you're really being easy on it. Then you can just easily slide the battery back in, lock it up, and you're good to go. There's really no way to do this gracefully, but to fold it back, you just do the opposite of unfolding it, and then lock it back up, and you are ready to ride your Dachshund. And for our brakes, they give us Logan hydraulic brakes on the front and rear of the bike. And at this price point, it's really nice to see hydraulic brakes on here for under $1,000 bucks. You definitely don't have to worry about coming to a stop with these nice hydraulic brakes. So on the front of this bike, we have adjustable front forks, which have a preload adjustment and a lockout, so you can lock the front forks if you really want to be pedaling hard. But you'll notice one thing missing here is rear suspension. Now, it is a hardtail bike, obviously. You could get a suspension seat post for this, but they also give you this grab handle here, which is nice to see in case you want to pick the bike up. And this thing weighs about 78 pounds too, so it's not too much of a pain to move this thing around, and you can kind of easily do it if you're an average person. And for our seat, they give you this really wide saddle here, which is definitely more for comfort and not necessarily like hardcore pedaling. And this is a pretty typical frame for a folding e-bike like this. It's actually pretty tall. You can see it comes up to almost my chest here. I am 5'9", 150 pounds, and I have a 31-inch inseam, and I can actually fit on this bike pretty well here. I'm gonna lower the seat down just a bit. And then if I throw my leg over on the Dachshund, you can see I actually fit pretty nicely on this thing. The handlebars are nice and high up, and they are adjustable in case you are a bigger rider. This definitely feels like a bike that's made for bigger riders almost, just by how big and tall this thing can get. And then the seat can obviously go up really high as well. They also do have a few different color options for this bike as well. They have this black color here. They have like a navy blue color, and they also have a khaki color on this bike, which is like a light kind of cream brownish type of color. And they also say that this bike is IPX6 waterproof. They also say it's IPX7 waterproof, but I really doubt that because IPX7 means that you can submerge this thing in the water, and I don't think you can do that. There's holes in the frame. Definitely not IPX7, but I think that it is IPX6, which is basically just like spray resistant. So theoretically you could spray this thing, but obviously it's an electric bike. You might not want to do that. Other extras they give you on this bike are a built-in headlight with a horn. And they also give you a tail light and a built-in rear rack on here. And then there are some holes on here to screw in a basket. I don't think you're gonna be putting a seat on here though. I don't think it's rated for that. Just from a dead stop here, using our thumb throttle here, it feels pretty good. It's not gonna be doing any wheelies or anything, but it accelerates quickly. I have it on the highest intensity settings, which you can go in and mess with in the settings menu. And we have an unlocked top speed of about 28, they say, on this thing. We'll try that out right now. 25, 26. Yeah, it looks like it's not getting us up past 26 miles an hour. We'll slow down a little bit. But it looks like our speedometer is accurate on this. Why don't we slow down here and we can do a 0 to 20 test real quick. All right, so 0 to 20, we'll go off the phone here since it is refreshing faster than the screen. 3, 2, 1, go. 11, 13, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, So it is definitely no dirt bike. It's not the fastest bike in the world, but it feels like it has enough power to get you around town. Power definitely feels appropriate for a little 20x4-inch folding e-bike like this. We will also do our off-road hill test here. I'm going to shift down into the lowest gear to help this thing out because I think it's going to need it up this hill. I don't think we're going to be getting up this thing on throttle only. Man, I feel like I'm sitting really high on this thing. All right, so we'll just give it the slight bit of a run out. And yeah, it's giving up on us. So we got to pedal up sideways. It handles these smaller, less steep hills a little bit better, but the really steep stuff, especially off-road, not going to handle it very well. The thumb throttle on here does feel really responsive. I like that. It gives you good power off the line. But off-road, this thing feels okay. The seat is absorbing some of those bumps up, but you can hear my voice. I'm getting shaken around a little bit here. Ugh. And it would be nice to have some rear suspension here. You could fix that with a suspension seat post so that you get a little bit of extra comfort. But look, if you want to go on some grass like this and go off the beaten trail a little bit, then you can totally do it with this bike. I'll check this out. They burned all this stuff over here. Out here in the Midwest, we have these controlled burns here. We actually set the field on fire on purpose and burn everything. I guess it's good for the environment or something. I don't know. I'll stick to reviewing e-bikes. Oh man, we are really bumping right now. This is a bumpy section of road right here. Yeah, the 20-inch fat tire on this feels fine. It's a knobby tire, and it's kind of like a cost-effective tire too. I see this a lot on like entry-level kind of budget bikes like this. Let's get back on some nice smooth pavement here. So the battery on this is a 48 volts, 15 amp hour battery. You should be getting at least 20 to 25, maybe 30 miles if you're really pedaling and kind of using this thing how it was intended. Why don't we test out the pedaling? I think it does cut the power in the different pedal assist levels here. I'm struggling to get up past 20 in pedal assist 1 here, so definitely cuts power a little bit. But as far as pedaling this thing goes, let's slow down here so we can kind of keep up with this. I'm in gear 7 right now. Feels good. Looks like we're cruising at about 7 miles an hour on here. A nice pace to keep up with anybody on a regular bicycle here. And number 2, we get a bit of a boost. I'm going to shift up a couple gears so that I can keep up with it. Hitting about 11 miles an hour in pedal assist 2. Pedal assist 3 here, 14. Pedal assist 4. We're actually keeping up with this thing at about 17 miles an hour. Should be able to keep up at about 20 when you're pedaling at pedal assist 4 still. So this is good if you want to go fast. And pedal assist 5 going to give us all our power here. And I'm still keeping up in pedal assist 5. That's pretty good. So it is a cadence sensor on this bike. It is not a torque sensor, so it's just gonna give you all the power when you're moving the pedals, as opposed to a torque sensor, which is gonna adjust its power based on how hard you're pedaling. So just out here on the street like this is a pretty comfortable bike. You have a really high riding position on this thing. I feel like I am very tall on this bike, and I kind of have the seat pretty low, so I'm not at my optimal pedal stroke right here, but overall feels pretty good as far as the riding position. I typically like to be a little bit lower. Definitely not a fan of the skinny little saddles like you see on a lot of bikes, but this one feels good. It's nice and wide, plenty of support for your butt. I like bikes where you can adjust the handlebar height like this. I have it all the way down since this is a high riding position on here, but comfortable overall. The grips are comfortable on here. They are rubber. PuckiPuppy does a nice job with their grips. It feels really good. The screen and the menu and everything on here, we're gonna hit some geese. The screen and the menu and everything on here is kind of weird. I had this back on a PuckiPuppy bike a long time ago, so not a huge fan of the UI on this. This big bar here in the middle, if you can see it, is the battery gauge, and then over here on the right hand side is the pedal assist thing, and if I push down you can see that gauge goes down. I'm just keeping it in pedal assist 5 though. It's weird too because the battery bar goes up to 6 for some reason. You'd think it would go up to like 5 or 10, but we're at 5 batteries out of 6 right now, so I don't really know what percentage that would be. 80% or something like that. Front suspension feels good on this bike. You can tell it definitely helps out a little bit. It's better than having a complete hardtail bike, but that rear is a hardtail. There is no suspension in the rear, as you guys saw when we were off-roading this thing. So on the street, that's not a big deal. When you're on these nice smooth paved trails, I don't really feel a difference, especially with this nice seat that's on here. But you know, if you're gonna be off-roading this thing or you really want the most comfortable ride possible, then you're definitely gonna wanna have a bike with rear suspension. But overall, I don't really miss it on this bike. Always nice to have a built-in headlight and tail light on bikes like these, so you don't have to buy aftermarket ones, worry about keeping them charged and all that. So happy to see it on this bike, especially for the price. It is a relatively affordable bike at around $1,000 at $999 right now. Any discount codes I can get for you guys will be in the link in the description too, so you can get the best price there. This is an absolutely enormous hill right here. I'm gonna start bringing more bikes here. Let's see how this thing does going up this. Definitely gonna need to help it up here. Oh yeah. I got a downshift. The Shimano shifter on this thing is pretty quick. So if you're gonna be pedaling this, it is a good pedal bike, but definitely took some effort to get us up that hill there. All right, now we get to go down it. That's the fun part. Not too fast though on this thing. I don't want to go over the handlebars. Would be nice to have some turn signals on this bike too. You know, those people that are going to be riding this out on the street a lot. This is a pretty affordable bike, but again, it would be nice to have the turn signals on here, but at least you get the brake light and the front and rear tail light on this thing, so that's nice to have. Our battery is down to 4 bars out of 6, and we're just cruising here, going about 23, 24 miles an hour down the road here. Really comfortable, really smooth. Motor's not super loud. Overall, just a nice feeling ride experience here on the PuckiPuppy Dachshund. Brake test here, stopping from 20. Really good, strong brakes. We've been riding about 8 miles now, and so these are definitely plenty broken in by now. Give that another go here, stopping from about 20. That back one locks up, man. These are strong brakes. Logan makes some really good hydraulic brakes for e-bikes, so definitely, ooh, big bump. Definitely enough braking power for this little bike. Wrapping up our ride out here on the PuckiPuppy Dachshund Wiener Dog Edition. So this is it's a nice little folding e-bike. I think that this is going to be safe for most people to buy if they just want an electric bicycle that can fold up and saves you some space. The folding mechanism, like I showed you guys, is really easy. So you also do have these handlebars that fold down like this as well. Pretty common on a lot of folding style electric bikes like this. Just a really practical little bike. You are spoiled for choice when it comes to these folding style electric bikes like this. They really are all pretty good, and the PuckiPuppy Dachshund here is a nice bike. I've had PuckiPuppy bikes in the past. I had their Boxer, which was also a really nice bike too. It was about double the price of this, but it was a good quality premium feeling bike. And this doesn't feel necessarily like premium, but it does feel like a good bike. And really, this is just kind of basic transportation just to get you around. Especially nice having that rack in the back there. They know who's going to be riding this bike, and it's people who are using this to get stuff around and to use it for transportation and maybe even for like DoorDash and stuff. If you're looking for something folding from a relatively big bike company, then I think this should be on your radar for sure. Probably at around 40% battery on this after about 12 miles. You could probably get like 20, maybe 25 miles out of this thing, but the nice thing about this is it is a pedal bike, so you can help it out and get a little bit more range. You don't just have to ride it around like a motorcycle or a moped. Guys, the Dachshund is a great little bike, and if it's on your radar and you're thinking about picking it up, I can definitely get behind it. I can definitely recommend it. Again, go ahead and use the link in the description and the coupon code that I have for the absolute best price possible on this. But I'm gonna wrap it up there today, guys, for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you have one of these, let me know down below in the comments. All right, guys, talk to you later.